Welcome back, everyone, to a cast of players, the Chronicles of Valtor, episode 2. And our intrepid adventurers have woken up for a spot of breakfast.
Some with sorer heads than others, I suspect.
Yeah, a couple of bruises.
Yeah. So, with regards to where we find ourselves, the sun has risen early today and you've made your way downstairs. You can see a spread of food awaiting you. Racks of toast, fresh butter, jams, there's jars of milk and grains, plates of streaky bacon, sausages made of boar meat, all stacked high. The smell of freshly ground coffee and brewing tea fills the room and your noses. At the table you can see Armand is already there with his retainers, as well as a number of the others that you recognize from last night that are joining the expedition. The group of 5 sat in the corner. There is the woman in the plate mail who is sat by herself. She does have a plate of food with her. The halfling woman has a plate about this high, just stacked with bacon and sausages. Nothing else, just meat on there. You've also got a number of other mercenary looking folk, although certainly a bit more capable looking than the lot that were turned away last night. Armand is sat there, he's sipping away, like looking over some notes and like what looks to be a map that one of his retainers has sort of held out. They're talking amongst themselves. What would you like to do?
Well, at this point, I am sitting at the end of the table next to this mountain of bacon and sausages. I look at it with a
carrying it
slight
like
smirk.
this. Yeah.
I'm just putting some jam on my toast. Take a big, give this little nod to her.
Yeah. She looks up at you. She's like, "What are you gonna have? Fella like you."
It's just a starter.
She sort of. So is this? She sort of wanders over to the end of the table, sort of bang, like bacon, sausages, almost like just grab one, just munching away. She's not using knife or fork. She is just going full in on just sausages. She occasionally grabs a bit of bread and just makes like a stack sandwich, just munches down.
That's a hero.
Yeah, she's packing it away at speed as well. The rest of the table sort of looks over at her as she's doing this. She's just munching away quite happily. She's like, "I liked your song last night, you and your friend. It was good. It was nice. I liked it."
Thank you. I enjoy playing a tune.
Are you going to play some on this little adventure we're going on?
Maybe if the moment calls for it.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be loads of moments on it. It's going to be great. It's going to be really, really good, I'm sure.
Hey, you might need a nap after all that.
I'll be fine. It's fine. I've got an iron constitution. I'll be okay.
I'll give her a look up and down. Where do you put it all?
She sort of pats this, like, there's not even like a pot belly. It's like the barest beginnings of it. And she's like, well, I mean, I've got very fast metabolism. It's fine.
I just put a little bit more jam on my bread.
I think we've got a long old hike ahead. You say you know the pass.
I do know the pass. I came that way actually, but I've been here in these parts for a few months now.
You came from there to here?
That's right. I've been all around.
And she sort of leans in a little bit. Haven't people been saying that there's people attacking the stuff that comes through?
Yeah.
You didn't get attacked?
Not when I came, but as I say, it was a few months ago now.
Well, I suppose I did say it started a couple months ago. You the entire time, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but you're a sharp lass.
She sort of sticks out this little hand. It's like, my name's Kelly.
Dorian Kincaid.
Kincaid?
That's right.
Why does that name sound familiar?
I get that a lot, don't know.
All right then. She sort of leans back. You keep your secrets. Sorry. We're in session 2 and we've not done a Monty Python reference. Give it time. So you're now just engaged in small talk.
Yeah.
With Kelly, the halfling, at the end of the table there. What are the rest of you up to?
Where are you? I'm sheepishly coming down the stairs with a raging hangover, and I've probably woken up latest of everyone. So
and a concussion.
And a concussion. I'm only just entering the room. But I imagine as I do, I walk past you and you and sort of tap you on the shoulder, sort of get your attention and walk over to you and go, I'm terribly sorry about last night, but I do want to say thank you all very, very much for the assistance. It was mostly needed. Stopped me getting my head completely caved in. Could I interest any of you in a drink as a way of thank you?
I'll take a drink, yes. How are you feeling? You've got your head kicked in a little bit.
Oh, absolutely terrible, but let's not dwell on that. So, would you like a drink, yes?
Yes.
Anyone else? Any takers? Any more drinks? Anyone else?
I'll take a drink.
Oh, marvellous. Excellent. What about you, gal?
It's barely light outside.
I'm aware, but it's...
No, thank you.
Kelly sticks a hand out. I mean, if you're buying, yeah, all right.
Well, since you're not having one, you seem very jolly. I'll get you one too. Anyway, back in a moment, off to the bar.
Yeah. She elbows you in the side. This is going to be really easy. So you wander over to the bar. You see out the corner of your eye that there are
Back at the bar again.
it's one of the bar ladies from last night. Still got a tab to pay, you know.
I'm also terribly sorry about the ceiling. Whack it all on the tab. I'll sort this out in a moment.
She points over and like, at Armand. He's going to cover it, he says.
Oh, that's marvellous. Good old Armand.
Not your tab, though.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Let me add this round to the tab and I'll sort it out post haste.
Are you going to sort it before you go?
Yes, I promise.
Make a deception check for me, please. Hang on, not so bad.
Oh no, it's a 9.
Yeah, she doesn't believe you. And she's like, you're going to pay up before you go. In fact, I'm going to do the drinks and you're going to pay up now, okay?
Fair enough, fair's fair.
Over on the other side of the table, Armand is poring over his maps and his sort of notes. He looks over at you occasionally. He slides a map towards you, and it's this long, trailing map leading through the Arlay Pass. And there's a few little notations on it of like small settlements. There's a few question marks put on there as well, like sort of off the path. And he's like, it's time for you to earn your worth then, my dear. Tell me, in your father's travels, or in your travels, we've got a couple of these ruins here through the pass. He looks around, he looks over his shoulder at the five that are behind, who are again sort of in conversation. He leans into you. I take it you've heard of the Cahadril, yes? Because, I mean, if you haven't, then I'd have to ask where you've been living under, quite frankly.
Yes, of course, I've heard of it. I've made extensive notes from my father's travels.
Notes.
Can I just say as well, whilst the minute that this conversation starts happening, whilst I'm listening to my new smaller friend, I'm not listening to my new smaller friend.
Okay, yeah. She's just
Yeah.
jammering away in your ear.
I'm actively trying to eavesdrop on this conversation.
Okay. He leans in once more, sort of you a little bit closer. Like, I take it you heard the story of a few years ago, the group that found one of the vaults up in the Beirut. Rumour has it that somewhere in these mountains is potentially another one. I'd like to get there before the college does.
Let's put my drink down. Top of the morning to you.
And to you. Listen, have a think about some of your father's notes. If there's anything of interest or important that could be useful in this endeavour, you will let me know first, yes?
Of course, and as it so happens, I might just happen to have my father's notebook on me, so I might be able to provide you with some more information after looking through it myself, of course.
Most excellent. As he's sort of saying this, one of his retainers like leans in. He's like, so maybe we shouldn't be talking about all of this stuff to everyone. It's fine. Who's she going to tell? It doesn't matter. Look, thank you, my dear. I look forward to continuing this conversation when perhaps the time is right. I just wanted to catch you first thing in the morning. And please, enjoy your breakfast, eat your fill. We're going to need it, everyone. We have a long, we don't know how long the road is ahead of us. We know that the Arlay Pass is a relatively difficult trek, but more importantly, we are on the lookout for any evidence of where these attacks have been happening and perhaps what has happened to the merchants. We've got families to inform, businesses to inform, of course, and it is our duty to protect the citizens of this land. As you are all here for in that regard is duty to the land. He starts laughing. He's the only one laughing. Right, well, anyway. Could I have a refill of my coffee, please? He points to one of the barmaids who comes over. You can see one of the retainers just...
As he's doing that, because he put the map on the table.
He's taken it back and started to roll it back up.
Before that happened, so this is before his speech, I offer my new friend, do you want some more bacon? Of course you do. I didn't even listen to the answer.
I do, yes.
I get up and I walk by them as he's like trying to have this this subtle conversation, and I try and put my eyes on that map. See if there's anything interesting or pertinent that I can see, and then because I walk around the long way round to the bar, and I collect some bacon for myself and my friend.
Okay, could you make a perception check for me, please?
Yeah. Hello.
Goodbye. What is it?
I don't know.
The 7.
Plus, I do have it, so 10.
Okay, you catch a very quick glance at the map, but you can't really make out any details.
Okay, all right, fine.
As you walk past me, you notice as you walk past, you notice that I look less big than I did yesterday. Slightly less hefty, because when he was fighting, he was doing some business. It's just you just sort of like, yes. So as you walk past towards the bar, I turn to you and say, "Well, thank you very much for the drink. It's very very kind of you. What brought you here then? What are you doing here?"
I am Gregor Martwick, explorer extraordinaire, master of mercenaries.
Good grief.
I hand you the drink at this point and sort of cheers you, whether or not you want to cheers or not. I'm here on a sort of a personal endeavour. I've been having some troubles recently with my business. I'm very good at sort of acquiring items, shall we say, for lack of a better word, and redistributing them to the highest paying bidder. And I believe that this particular endeavour might be useful to that, because a certain college, no names, but they have sort of run me out of town.
I see. You did read the contract? I believe I don't think we're allowed to keep anything that we find.
What's a contract, eh? It's just words. We can sign away anything. As long as you can escape into the night, no one will care for it. Anyway, let's sit down, old chap. What is your name? I don't believe you've been formally introduced.
My name is Gideon Kell. It's very, very nice to meet you.
Fantastic to meet you, Gideon.
You're quite loud this time of the morning. I've only just woken up, so please forgive me if I seem a little...
That's more than okay. I apologise for my volume, but I was in the army many, many years ago, so I've got a few scars.
No, you lost the old hearing, did you?
Yeah. Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes.
That is better in the morning, I find.
Delightful.
As you're having this conversation, because you two are towards the end of the bar, aren't you? Yeah. One of the group of the 5 in the corner there, the woman in the sort of multicoloured garments, she's moved over to the bar and she's just getting stuff on the plate. She looks you both up and down. Maybe take your payment and keep your voice down. Some of us are here for actual work. You are an enigma unto yourself, I suppose, but very interesting, I suppose. And she sort of sneers ever so slightly and just wanders back over to her group, who've been watching this the entire time. Like, you see that this group of 5 is like, they're obviously very insular for themselves, but they are clocking everything that's happened.
Is this the group over in the corner?
This is the group over in the corner there.
By this point, as she's walking away, I would have walked past her to come to the bar for the bacon.
Yeah. As she walks past you, she brushes past you. She sort of places her hand on your chest and your shoulder. She's like, "I loved your songs last night, by the way, my love." And
Thank you.
Carried on walking.
I give her a look back as she walks past, and then continue on to the bar. And I come next to you guys.
Yes. I slide you across your beer that I owe you, or your mead.
Thank you.
Cheers! Pleasure to meet you. Gregor Martwick, extraordinaire explorer and master of mercenaries. Wait, did we meet last night? Yes, we did. You helped me in the bar scrap.
I did no such thing, but I was there and I did see it. How's the head?
Oh, it's feeling better, but this is helping, I must say. Does anyone know who that was, that strange woman? I didn't really take in anything she said, but she seemed very excellent outfit, so maybe I'll talk to her later.
I don't know, but she's got excellent taste, I'll tell you that. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
Dorian Kincaid.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
I look forward to spending more time with you on this adventure. Your songs last night were most excellent, I must say. Where did you school? Where did you learn the trade of the bard?
I'm self-taught.
Oh, amazing. That's quite incredible. Very good on you, my good man.
Thank you, thank you. What's your name, sir?
My name's Gideon Kell. I did enjoy the ditties, I must say.
Very
good. Nice indeed, yes.
Not too modern for you, I hope.
No, it was all right. You youngsters making all of your funny music, I do enjoy it. It's very nice. I was having some dinner, and then I heard it was wonderful. Absolutely very nice. Very nice indeed. Yes. I've noticed that you've just been sort of walking around and minding your own business, but I don't know, you seem to be keeping track of everything, don't you? Yes.
I've got a keen eye.
Yes, I can see that. It's, yes, very, very, very good indeed, yes.
And what brings you on this expedition with us?
Well, like most people, I need to top up my coin every now and again. I suppose you could say I'm a bit of a scientist, an alchemist, herbalist. You know, I have lots of experiments and things that require some expensive apparatus. You see, so every now and again, I just need to find, you know, someone that's dishing out some good, honest work, so I can keep myself topped up with the old coin. You see.
Yes, I do see perfectly well.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
These experiments, are there any profitable outcomes, that anything you could like to get rid of after the experiment is finished?
Why? Well, not really, no. I mean, I'm here to make more money because everything's so darn expensive, you see.
I do understand that.
Not really. I'm a man of science, not really a man of profiteering, you see.
Very well. Well, if you ever want to get into the profiteering line of work, do let me know.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's done me well so far. I can take care of myself, you see, so don't, yes.
Would anyone like another drink?
No, one at this time in the morning's fine.
Very well, back in a moment.
The barmaid is like, the tab.
Oh, yes, very well then.
She slides you a slip of payment, and for a moment you are like...
well, it was quite the evening, I suppose.
During all of this, the rest of the chatter amongst the tavern, or amongst the watch, is quiet but tentatively excited. You've got a few people that are part of it, that are just introducing themselves, much as the same as you've been doing. They go around and introduce themselves to you as well. Eventually, the small half, or the halfling man, the blonde man in the striped, sort of almost pinstripe suit, he sort of trots on over. He comes over to the bar. The bar's here. He grabs himself a stool. Starts loading up with plates. Gotta apologise for here. She's not exactly a people person. I mean, you'd think that she would be, but no. Hold on a second. My name's Johan.
Hello, Johan.
How do you do?
Gideon Kell. Very nice to meet you, young man.
Hello.
Dorian.
The bard. Yes, excellent. The gunslinger.
Gregor Martwick, explorer extraordinaire, masterful mercenary.
Gunslinger.
I'm currently.
It's a good thing that girl helped you out last night.
Oh, it was a good thing. She was quick as a whippet. I don't know where she's gone.
Where is she? I respect. Where is she gone?
I'm here. I'm sorry, you guys I'm trying to do some research here. We're going on an expedition. There's a lot I need to prepare for. You guys are being so loud.
No, I'm terribly
Research,
sorry.
you say?
Yes.
Do you happen to know the whereabouts of any decent tombs or caves that might have certain artifacts within them?
Why would you be asking?
No reason. I guess it's just good to know when we're on our travels, sightseeing, things like that.
Johan looks up at you and goes, so what are you after, eh?
Well, nothing and everything all at the same time. I have a keen eye for the histories, you see. I like to keep my eye open. Whatever I find out there, I like to look into it.
Once you've looked into it, what do you do with it?
Well, I look at it, and then I keep looking at it, and then decide what I'm going to do with it. Why are you asking?
No reason.
Okay, well, your reason's your reasons, my reason's my reasons. Leave me to my mead.
What is this research you speak of? please?
Just looking into the area, really. Just seeing what there might be. Looking into the region. I've not been out into the world much, if I'm completely honest.
What? Okay.
And-
what do you geology? What is it that you're researching, please?
I'm an archaeologist by
Oh.
trade. Well, kind of. My father's an archaeologist. He allowed me on one dig once, and I'm archaeologist.
Oh, that's very good, isn't it? Marvellous. Yes.
Very interesting.
Archaeology, you say?
Yeah, bet you love the Cathedral, huh?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Any information that I can get, I'd do anything.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Could you all make a perception check for me, please?
Yes, I can.
20 total.
11.
Perception.
Yes.
19.
19 total.
Yes.
11 total.
Yes.
I'm exceedingly hungover.
Say no more. Yeah, that's appropriate actually, given where you guys are at the bar. Gideon and Dorian, you notice that the woman in the plate mail over in the corner has leant in ever so slightly as you're all talking about artifacts. None of you are being subtle about this, and she's leant in slightly and she sat down. She's just leaning forward and just staring in your general direction. It's very plain looking, just brown hair, brown eyes. It's like really indistinguishable features. Like you wouldn't notice her in a crowd. But even her plate mail is just completely basic, like unadorned. And she's just leaning in.
Seeing that
and
you've
she starts
noticed,
poking at her food.
because you can tell you've looked over our knife, sort of casually looked over. Seems like we're not the only ones interested in the old Cathedral, huh?
Well, she seems very prepared for the path ahead, doesn't she? I mean, all of her armour is very nice.
Yeah, it sure is.
Wonder if she's able to take care of herself. Looks like it, doesn't it?
I very overtly just turn and look at her up and down, so it's very clear that I'm looking at her, and then turn back to the group to continue.
Yeah, she
the conversation.
just stares at you. She's just.
Ella, what's your name?
Perfect. You're a supple fella, aren't you?
Well, there's no need to beat around the bush. We want breakfast to eat and things to be doing, don't we? What's your name?
My name is Mia de Alma.
Oh, hello.
Well, with a name like that, no wonder she's that way. I do say that under my breath.
Have you? I'm presuming you've also signed a contract for our adventure we're going to be going on?
She just holds out a little scroll. Like, he'll be wanting it back at some point, but I'm holding on to it for now.
Yes, are you here to acquire some coin, or do you have some other purposes?
What are we all here for? Coin?
Yes.
Well, it sounds like some of you are here for something else, aren't you?
I think he might be. He's been talking about it quite a lot.
Yes, it's been hard not to overhear him.
Who are we talking to now? Or is this the woman that's got... Oh, sorry, terribly sorry. I was drinking away. What was your name again?
My name is Mia de Alma.
A pleasure to meet you, Mia. I'm Gregor Martin.
Martin Wick, Master of Mercenaries and Explorer Extraordinary. Yes.
I see, my name has got around.
Yes, it's hard not to. See, I have heard of... What was the name of the band that you mentioned last night?
Oh, there's been many. We had
Yes.
Tiffle Tony's Tearaways, we had the Red Hand, the Silver Hand, the Green Hand. I've worked in the Ashdown Raiders for a while, and the Tree Surgeons. They were terribly bad at fighting, but you know, they got around, good in the jungle and that kind of stuff.
It's just interesting because I've heard of them, but I've not heard of you.
Well, if everyone had heard of me, I wouldn't be doing my job completely correct.
Dorian raises an eyebrow.
Forget I said anything. She just goes back to eating her food, taking the occasional sip of tea.
Well, maybe she has a bit of a hangover as well. She's not in a very good mood, is she?
She didn't seem particularly jolly, that's for sure.
Armand at this point. Right!
Oh!
Ladies, gentlemen, we'll be setting out in a few moments, so if you want to go and gather your things, make sure your bellies are ready full. I have ensured that we do have some rations from the tavern ready to go, but otherwise we'll be setting out very, very soon. The road is ahead, as is these miscreants which are causing problems, and thus our duty.
Yes,
Right
here.
Yes, very good. Okay,
Cheers to that!
wonderful.
You're an inspiration, my lord. Stand up and walk outside. I've got all my stuff with me.
Okay, very good. You gather your things if you didn't already have it on.
I'm gonna gather some bacon as well.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, you see Kelly the halfling. She is just throwing bacon into her like knapsack. So, with your bellies full, your gear checked, you set out from the Warden's watch. The entrance to the pass is in sight from the watch, a scant few hundred meters before you, the vast mountain range of the Nail stretching as far as the eye can see, broken up by the encroaching forest from the lowland and the morning mist as it rolls down the mountainside. Now, you have heard of the Arlay Pass before, some of you have even traversed it, but even now the stories do not quite do justice to the sheer scale of the place. The road wide, yet still feeling engulfed by the spires of mountain either side of it, the rock face staring impassively at these new travellers that tread its path, more infinitesimal insects that head into the Nails. There is a caravan awaiting you, and the overall plan, as has been explained over breakfast, is that you will be masquerading as a mercantile group. And should you be attacked, you will attack back and deal with these miscreants and find out what has been going on. Armand begins sort of directing people, or rather begins directing his retainers who begin directing people. And they start splitting people off into their little groups. So you have the group of the 5 and Mir de Alma on one side, on the left-hand side of the caravan. You also have a few more mercenaries, and you have the halfling Kelly. They are on the right-hand side. Armand sits on top of the caravan itself, and his retainers take point. You 4 have been directed as the rear guard, and you set out upon the road. You travel a few hours, mostly in silence other than just birdsong. During this time, you are able to talk amongst yourselves, you can talk with other members of the caravan, but you have been directed to stay at the rear guard. But after a little while, you notice that there is another figure just walking alongside you. You look down, you see Kelly.
No.
She looks around the other side, looks up at the top. Armand is basically just like this on the top.
Are we walking?
Yes.
Oh, something to note. Gideon's walking with a stick.
Nice.
On his back. I won't talk about this all the time, I promise. He's sort of got like a cross sheath. There's one for his axe and one for his stick.
Okay.
Nice. So you see him walking with a stick.
Nice.
Okay. That's a note.
She's looking around at this point. All right then, what you're really here for? Come on, it's not just gold. I mean, what do you think he's here for? Bandit attacks. Come on now, they've been happening for years. It's never caused that much of an issue, certainly not for the nobles. You know, they make all this big show and dance. She's doing this the entire time. They make this big show and dance of caring for us little folk. Not me personally. You know, I'm just here, just doing my own thing. You know, I mean, we all need a little bit of coin, Mr. Research Man over here. But I mean, come on, you. You're still an enigma. I mean, you've got a blooming mask. Don't know what that's about.
That's just a performance tool.
I'm
I'm here for the coin and the stories.
The stories. There's definitely some stories I can tell you, but come on, you can level with me.
Yeah,
Look.
wait a minute. I worked you out. I know why you're here.
Why am I here then?
He came for the bacon.
I mean, look, that is a nice little side benefit, but come on, you've all heard the rumours. All these ruins up here, everyone goes diving around in them. They keep thinking they're going to be the one that finds the big score.
Well, you mean the artifacts of the cathedral?
I mean, there's dozens of them.
I say it so casually, but...
I mean, look, it's no big secret that the college is on the lookout for them. And let's be fair over there, you know you can't operate with the college about.
I'm here to do my duty, and until otherwise I should see something that might catch my eye. That is what's all you need to know. If you'll catch my drift.
She points over to the left. And so that lot of 5, do you think they're not going to be after anything themselves? Come on, they've been here since the very beginning, talking amongst themselves, chatting amongst themselves. Look, all I'm saying is that if there's a little, you know, a little bit of extra side money that could be made, then, you know, I mean, the contract says we're not supposed to take anything, but who's gonna stop us? What they don't know what won't hurt them, will it?
I mean, if an artifact is found, it should be returned to the proper place.
And what's the proper place? The Catral Protectorate, which, you know, got blown up 900 odd years ago. Come on.
Artifacts are incredibly important. They need to be preserved, they need to be studied, and they need to be kept for future generations.
To do what with?
To learn our history, so we can't repeat the same mistakes. It's important that these things are documented and kept safe in the proper places.
This is what I'm saying, right? The proper places are on the lookout for them. I mean, you know, yeah, you can give it over, or you could use it as a bargaining chip and make a little bit of money. Don't look at me like that. Look at you. Like, okay, look, let's just take it this way. You look very nice, you look very refined. All of those clothes cost a little pretty penny, don't they? And Mummy and Daddy aren't paying for them whilst you're out here by your lonesome, are they?
No,
I'd love to see your dad's notebook.
that's private.
Uh-huh.
No.
No. But what if your dad wants to read it?
My dad, who's back on his dig site when he doesn't even know that I'm here.
Doesn't even know that you've got his notebook. Oh, it all comes out now.
Very
But it's
interesting.
fine. Your secret is safe. Look, you honestly, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page, because by myself, got no chance. By yourselves, you got no chance. You get your little 50 gold piece stipend. Him up there, kicking back, loving his life, is just going to take whatever they find, and what, you think he's going to hand it over to the scholars by himself?
Yes?
You think he's not going to keep it? You think he's not going to sell it?
Well, why would he do that?
Oh, you really haven't been outside your house, have you? Oh dear.
I don't think the fella has any intention of handing anything over that he finds. Dorian turns and looks at you. As you're probably aware of the little conversation you had with him earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't we just say, if he does find anything, we make sure it goes to the right people. I happen to know quite a few of the right people.
I bet you do. I said to you. I bet you do.
Kenny looks at you and says, I agree.
I don't think you're an honourable man.
I never said I necessarily was. Doesn't mean I don't know who the right people are. If you've been alive this long in this business, you know a thing about surviving and knowing where and who to trust.
I mean, well, that's quite a good point. I mean, we did we did sort of take care of each other the other evening, yesterday evening, when in the bar, didn't we? All I know, I based on everyone here, I don't know about them over there, the 5, and the lady with the armor. I don't know too much about them. They seem very serious, and they seem to be they seem to know what they're doing. I'm not entirely sure that we know exactly what we're doing here,
Well,
but
speak for yourself.
if we can stick together and not knowing necessarily what we're doing, then we're probably on the right track. Do you know what I mean?
I think you make an excellent point.
I mean, look, I can't really disagree, but look. Basically, do we have an accord, right? We find something, we take it. 15, 15, 15, 15, 25.
No, hang on.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
What
20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
What exactly is it that you're doing? You keep asking lots of questions, and you don't seem to be telling us what you're doing at all.
Yes, I'm not sure I can trust you further than I could throw you.
I mean, you could probably throw me quite far.
Yes, no, you've got that.
It's a jolly, it's a halfling joke, you see?
Brilliant.
Yes.
I'll level with you. I've been sent here, right, by some very powerful people, right, to keep an eye on Iznib's up there, right? Because basically, he's trying to do something under their nose, and they've already got, shall we say, a vested interest in what's going on, okay? Now...
You claiming you're working for the Collegiate?
Don't you mention their name.
I said no such thing.
Show me your emblem.
What emblem?
You know, no collegiate, I know.
I never said I was.
Don't
my dear.
make
Who
me...
are you working for then?
Let's just say that I have some quite powerful little benefactors. Not little like me, then you know.
Right. Are they into bacon farming or?
No, that's just me personally. I just really like bacon. But it's not. Look, okay, I travel a lot. Anyone says, "Would you like a free meal?" You take it. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 2. Don't trust the nobles. All right. Lesson number 3. You're gonna need coin, sweetheart. You might not like it, but being good don't pay the bills. My friends pay my bills quite handsomely. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. Like, I'm being straight with you. They're after something that's up here. He's after something that's up here. I know that for a fact. You lot, you can take your little coin, be on your way. You never have to see each other again. Carry on doing his little dance and singing to his little tune. Or you could do something that might benefit you a little bit more.
Basically what it is
It's us,
if those other
it's them,
people kick
or it's
off,
them.
you want some allies.
I mean, I think we'll all need allies if they kick off.
Well, let's just see what happens when it happens, eh?
All right, well, I can't say I didn't try.
I agree with the sing-song man.
All right. She wanders off back to her side of the caravan, leaving the 4 of you by yourselves.
Just to be adamantly clear, I don't think we should trust her one bit.
Absolutely not. The college reeks on her. I can't be dealing with them. I don't want to go anywhere near the college, quite frankly. And if they're anywhere near this occasion, we must not trust her at all.
I don't think she's part of the college, to be honest. I was just saying that to taunt her, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very well. I have a
Listen, you
strange relationship with the college.
Someone that consumes that much bacon and can still walk, you can't trust.
Salient point. It's giving no use to the scrap.
I don't like her.
I don't blame you. I definitely wouldn't trust her either, but trust is a funny word in these parts around these times. I don't know what any of you guys want.
Well, let's just say at least we know if the knives come out, we've already protected each other to an extent. Well, I say we, mainly you all stopped me from dying, so that means we must at least have some kind of connection.
Well, yes, our path is laid out clearly in front of us. Those like her are sent to deviate us from the paths. We must keep going forwards and not be swayed by
Yes.
those sorts of people. And also, you owe us a debt of your life, essentially, so we will
I
expect the
do
same
indeed.
in return.
And I will make sure I pay it back tenfold if any of you should be in such trouble.
It's marvellous.
Are you sort of holding your
Yes.
gun? Yeah, the whole time. Dory just keeps looking down at it. And speaking of which, fella, please, when you sway round your gun, you sway it away from me.
That's more than fair. I aim to not. Basically, here's my promise. As long as you don't point any of your knives at me, I won't point my gun at any of you.
Yes.
Fair's fair?
Yes, fair enough.
I promise.
A few more hours pass. The road winds and continues around tree lines and mountainsides. And whilst it is approaching noon, it is somewhat difficult to tell precisely where the sun is in the sky to confirm that. Long shadows being cast across the Arlay Pass as the mountain spires reach ever higher and the road becomes more and more encroached upon by trees and undergrowth. You can see where the road has been cleared away. Oftentimes the tree roots would be cleared back by travelling merchants as they go up the road, but they have begun to start creeping back in ever so slowly, certainly a few months worth, which tracks with the rumours that you've heard of mercantile caravans just not making it through. And as you turn a corner, the path begins to funnel towards a rocky outcrop and a fallen tree blocks the road. Armand shifts in his seat as the caravan comes to a slight lurch, looking down. Kewin, what's going on down there? Fallen tree, my lord. Appears to have blocked the main access of the road. Has it now? Right, everyone have a look around, see if we can move this tree and I don't know, see what's going on here. What would you like to do? You guys are at the rear at the moment, so as you've been coming up, it is just clear. There's been no real sight or sound of anything at this point. The occasional bird, wildlife sort of scuttling through the trees, but nothing of note. You see the two retainers move forward and begin looking at the tree, talking to each other from the distance as to how they're going to move it.
Peer, I'll take a step to the side, peer past the caravan in the group, and this fallen tree, you can see its stump.
Yep, so it is the stump where it has fallen down from the side.
Knowing the Arlay Pass and knowing the forest especially well, look to the stump. Does it look like it's been cut, or does it look like...
Could you make an investigation check for me, please?
That is 14, no proficiency, but I do have the intelligence, so 15.
Okay. You see that there have been... It looks like it's been attempted to make it look broken. It doesn't follow the natural splintering. There's definitely a few cleaner cuts than perhaps you would expect. They've been very clever about it because there is some splintering, but there's just one or too many which look a bit too sort of straight.
I immediately go to my mask and put it on.
Okay.
And I turn to the rest of the group.
At this point, you would have noticed that I've just wandered towards a tree. I'm just sort of like foraging around the roots. I've not said anything.
Which tree in particular?
That one.
The
So
one
to the
sort of
right of
towards
me.
us.
Yeah.
Could you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure. 21.
Okay. As you sort of approach the tree and you're having a look around, you do see that there's a few scant tracks leading towards the tree line, and in the distance what appears to be almost a path in the mountainside. And just to your left, there's a slight rustle.
Oh, hello.
I equally am a bit suspicious of the whole situation. So
I've sort of said that into the
Into
tree
the tree.
as I'm
You're
like,
speaking
just
to the
looking for
trees.
something else. Yes.
I'm
I'm shouting to you lot, but I'm
shouting
still
to me,
looking
I
for
see.
stuff.
I'm hand-on pistol, but I want to investigate the tree line because I'm a bit suspect of the whole
I
scenario.
shout ahead to the group, which are at the front, and I say, "Listen up! Get your hands on your weapons! That tree's been cut down!" And then I turn to you as I hear that you're talking. I sort of, you can't tell the expression from behind the mask, but I'm pretty bewildered, and start to immediately go towards the tree line where you are.
As I'm walking away, I would say to you, "He's got his mask on. I'd get your knives out."
Yeah, my hands are on my weapon hilt.
Yeah, during this entire time, I've been having a conversation with my cat. You guys are crazy because I'm just talking to a cat that is not talking back to me. But yes, as soon as James says, I kind of gently bring out a knife, very confused as to what's going on.
Through the tree line, you see movement, and a figure comes up who's holding his hands up, covered in mud, clothes are torn. He's got like a dagger by his side that's sheathed in its scabbard. He's like, "Please, you need to help us. One of the villagers up there, they've taken over the I've managed to get away, but please, I mean you no harm."
Come over here, my lad. What's going on?
He walks over. He's still hands up.
By this point, I'm behind you, and I put my hand on your shoulder and sort of step to your side, so you know that I'm there. Can I check this person's performance?
You can make an insight check if you want.
It's not that insightful. Yeah, I'll be on 5 in total.
5 in total. Okay, fine. Like your instant reaction is someone has come out that looks beaten, bloodied, torn clothes.
Yeah.
They have been through the ringer.
Okay.
And they're like just sobbing, tears. Like they're absolutely scared out of their wits' end.
I say, "Step on here into the road. We have rations for you." And I actually, with my hand, sort of start to pull you back, suggesting that let's just walk backwards into the road, into the open clearing, and not into the tree line, please.
So, as you do, I just sort of like regard you with some like moss and what looks like a mushroom or something he's got on him. Puts it away, but he walks with you.
The man is like, oh, thank you so much. There's maybe 20 of us. They came a few weeks ago. There's how many of you are there? You need to get more of you. You need to go and take the village back.
Is he armed?
No,
I'm not going to let him come near me.
He's got like
Don't
a dagger.
touch me.
He's got like a dagger. He's like, please, my wife.
If he reaches out to me, I take 2 more steps back. I do not let him go within 5 feet of me.
My wife is there. Please,
Where is your wife?
She's up in the village. You have to help.
We'll get you some help.
Please.
Calm down.
Sorry,
You just take a seat there by the tree.
He goes down over and he sort of sits down by the caravan. You've pointed over to the tree. He just parks himself down.
Yeah, I grab one of the retainer guards and point to the fella. Say, I think he needs medical attention, but let's just be careful of what else is in these trees, eh?
They're probably following me, you know. And they'll be here soon, I'm sure.
Can I look into the tree line? Is there anything? Can I hear anything? See anything else?
Make a perception check.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean between the dark and light of the day, the mountains, you know, the sheer kind of edge of energy that's happening out of earshot, you don't see or hear anything.
Can I investigate the tracks?
Go for it.
I got a 21 on the investigation.
21.
check.
Yeah. A mix of boots. You do see that there are some caravan tracks, like wheel tracks, hoof tracks from horses that have pulled them, heading up this pass. Okay. There's no real indication of how many numbers or anything like that, but from what the guy is saying, if bandits have gone up there and attacked his village, this is the route that they've gone yet.
Nothing is awry. Okay.
Can I scan the tree line for movement?
Go for it, make a perception check.
8.
An 8. You're
Tried! Already tried!
You're scanning and you're looking, but again, it's just dark, and the sobs of this guy just out of earshot are really throwing you off.
Can I talk to him quick?
Go for it.
Listen, boy. What's coming for us?
The men that came to our village, they've been bringing up the caravans.
What did they look like?
I mean, they're just men. They've got. I mean, one's got blonde hair, one's got brown hair. I don't know. What do you mean? What do they look like?
Are they armed? Are they big? How many of them are there?
Just,
Come on!
He just starts. He moves, he sort of moves towards you. It's like, they've got swords, maces.
Just push him back at my walking stick. He seems a bit confuzzled. I don't think he's going to be much use to us at the moment.
They have my wife and my son.
I understand that, son, but we can't do much about it at the moment, can we? We need to get
What do you mean you can't do much about it? Look at you. This is 18 of you. You don't want to do anything about it. His voice is getting louder and louder.
You need to keep your voice down. We need to prepare ourselves if something's coming. You yamming like this isn't much help at all. So sit down for a minute and pull yourself together, please.
Armon sort of jumps down at this point. It's like, pull yourself together, man. Tell me, how many of them are you? How many of them are them? Yes, that makes sense. There's, as you say, 18 of us. We are fully armed, armored, and we are more than ready to deal with anything that comes our way. So just tell us, how far away is your village? What's there? And what is the lay of the land? What do we need to know? He's like, well, sir, I mean, listen, sir, you need to. There's four houses. There's a family of this me and my wife and my son. There's the keep itself. Yes, the keep. Okay, who is in charge of the keep? Well, I mean, it's just, we just kind of made it all together. And he begins to just start just reeling off information. There is a small village, there's about 4 houses. He said there's about 20 people. There is a small keep there that maintains it, and the bandits came a few weeks ago to use it as a base of operations. There he has, all of the people have been taken prisoner. He managed to escape and has said that he will go and get help. So he's fled down to this road. But it's not going to be long until they know that I'm out, I'm free. They were keeping us in the guard tower, and I managed to get out, and I felt I scaled the wall. That's why I'm so cut up. Just look, there's so many of you. Why won't you help us?
We will help you. We will. And I hand him a jug of water and try and find some wine and some food.
One of the other mercenaries comes over, and she puts a hand on his shoulder. It's like, it's okay, like we will help you. We just need to be aware of everything that we're going into. Nods ever so slightly. Could you all make a perception check again for me, please?
Rolled a 6.
6.
13.
13.
11.
11.
7.
7. Okay. Boom, boom. Arrows fly out from all sides. The mercenary that was kneeling down, throat is slit as the man's pulled out his knife and throws it into the back of another mercenary. The tree line breaks as bandits enter the field.
Oh, bum.
I would ask you all to roll for initiative, but I'm afraid that is the end of this session.
Oh!
When we return, we will engage immediately in the ambush that has been wrought down upon you. You very nearly managed to figure stuff out, but unfortunately, your sight and your sounds and your hearing was not quite good enough. But there will be plenty of opportunity to make up for your terrible, terrible rolling by committing murder. So until next time, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you in episode 3 of the cast of players Chronicles of Valtor.